Welcome back everyone, this is MandoAllDay, back with another video. And in this video, I'll be doing an overview of Catwoman from the Batman Knightfall storyline. I'll be talking about the figure itself in terms of articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at the front of the box. This side, the back, which I really like the art. The other side, top, and bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at the figure outside the box. As always, you do come with a card. This is the front of the card looks like. The back of the card. It does come with accessories. It comes with extra hands. So this is her left hand. It just has like an open hand type of thing. You guys can see that right there. I like how it's glossy. It matches up with her arms, which I'll show you in a bit. So there's two of them. So you got left and, of course, the right hand. There you go. Two hands. And it comes with a really long whip. And I mean really long whip. I mean, just to put it into perspective, look at that. Really long whip, which is kind of cool, but you can kind of like mix around with it. Kind of, I don't want to say customize it, but put it on Catwoman a certain way. Have a certain look. But there you go. And it has that kind of like, I don't know what you want to call it, but the whip look kind of thing. There's a tip of it, right? And then there's the rest. And let's see, hopefully my camera can pick up the rest. It gets thicker as you get closer to the, I don't know what you want to call it, the handle. But there you go. And then I'm assuming you put the hand right there. So look at that. Really long whip. Look at that. This thing is long. And of course, a regular stand that she's on. So let's take a look at Catwoman. And what a rate, I like the head sculpture. Head sculpture looks really good. I like the hair, the very stylized hair, as blacks, blues, and it's all like wavy hair, which I like. The head sculpture looks really good. Especially like the ears. I like a little bit of sculpture design on there too. Give it a look style. But the face looks really good. The painted lips, the green eyes, the eyebrows. Just the head sculpture looks fantastic in my opinion. It looks clean, very clean cat looking Catwoman mask. But the paint is really good. And of course the hair. I like the hair. I like the colors. Like I said, black and blue on there. Really good. It's a little too much blue for my liking. But overall, it looks good. Head articulation. Left and right. It's good. Just the hair's kind of on there. Up, down. Not a whole lot because of the hair. But overall, though, I gotta say, the head sculpture looks good. Looks clean. The head articulation isn't the greatest. But it looks good. The only concern I have about the hair, though, is it seems like it's almost like attached on, so I don't know if this might come off easily, because like if I just put a little bit of pressure, it's already kind of, I don't know, I'm a bit concerned it might come off, so that's my only concern of it, but overall though, it looks good. Shoulder articulation, good. Bicep, good. Elbows, good. Wrist, good. Torso, that's fair. So in terms of the upper body, the arm articulation is good. Torso is limited. But, man, really good. Very busty Catwoman. Selena Kyle looks good. I like about this figure is that black shiny on that leather look to it. I think McFarlane did a really good job with it. It looks really good. Especially with that nice glossy black. Almost like leather-like. But also you have the matte on here, too, of the burgundy or like light purple. It looks very good. In terms of the sculpture design, there's really not much to it, to be honest with you. It has a little line on there in the center, and that's pretty much it. I mean, that's how she looks like in the comics, this particular story. And you can't really add too much, obviously, very busty. A little sculpture design here on underneath the chest, or between the chests, I should say. But overall, though, I dig it. I think it's a good, clean-looking upper body Catwoman. Very comic accurate. And again, even in the comics, Catwoman is very plain. You can even see it in the back on here. Her costumes are very plain. So you can't really add too much sculpture design. Not like the Arkham ones, which I'll show in a bit. But for the most part, though, I like this figure. I think the upper body looks really good. Now let's take a look at the lower body, which is, well, we'll show you in a bit. Leg articulation, good. Knees, good. Ankles, a little stiff, but it's fine, good. Toes, ooh, good. So similar to the upper body, the lower legs have the same thing. You got that purple on there, and of course that glossy black on there, making it look like a leather type of thing. But again, in terms of the sculpture, there's really not much to it. There is some bit of a texture on there too. Very, very subtle lines on here. You can barely see it on my camera. But in terms of the sculpture design, it's a very clean looking Catwoman. And again, she looks like this in the comics, so you can't add much to it. And I think it's a good looking Catwoman. There's only one flaw that I bought this Catwoman. One flaw. And I don't want to say it because I know some people may not know about it, but if you don't want to know what it is, skip for like maybe 20 seconds. But if you do, well, here it goes. My big flaw with this figure is going to be the crotch. The crotch it's off. It's the only thing I gotta say. It just looks off. I can't unsee the crotch. Go ahead, people are gonna call me sexist. I can care less. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. The crotch itself just looks off to me. It's just and I'll show you with the other Catwoman. I wish they had that kind of sculpture design. I know you want to call it, but the big thing for me is gonna be the crotch. It just looks off, even from a distance. Something about it is just off, though. But overall, though, I dig the figure. Look at the glutes. Glutes look okay, very clean. Does some squats, not a whole lot compared to the other one. But there you go. So overall, though, what do I think about this figure? Honestly, I like this figure. I think this is a good, clean-looking, comic-accurate Catwoman. I think the figure looks good. Very clean, like I said. I like the purples. The glossy black on there, making it look like it's leather-like type of thing. Reminds me similar to Catwoman from the Tim Burton one, Batman Forever, I believe that's what it's called. Remember correctly? Or Batman Forever, right? But you know what I'm talking about. So it has that kind of look, and every time I see it, it reminds me of that. But overall, what do I think about this figure? Like I said, I think it's a good, clean-looking figure. The major draw is going to be that crotch. I'm sorry, you can call me whatever you want. Call me sexist. I can care less. I'm giving you my honest opinion. But to me, regardless of the crotch, what I think about it, I think it's a good-looking figure, and I really like this figure. And so, is it worth the purchase price? I think for $20 is a fair price, to be honest with you. This figure might go on sale for maybe like $15. Maybe wait for that. But for retail price of $20, what do I think about it? Honestly, I think it's okay for $20. $15, I think that's a good price. You can say, you know what, if it's on sale for $15, definitely get it. I think it's a great addition to the McFarlane DC Multiverse. For $20, it's more of a way to sell type of thing. But regardless of the price, though, what do I think about this figure? I said it before, I say it again. It's a cool looking figure. I dig it. I give it a thumbs up just because I like the character and his particular story. But the bigger drawback is going to be the crotch. That's the only thing it is what it is, though. Oh, and another thing I just remembered right now. There are two versions to this figure. There's two of them. There's this one, the common one, and there's a platinum one that just came out not long ago, which is the black gloss, and I believe it's like gray or silver. And I'll see if I can find a picture, and I'll post it somewhere on here somewhere. You guys can see that platinum one. So if you are a platinum chase collector for McFarlane, well, there is a platinum one. And I'll see if I can get it, and if I do, maybe I'll make a video of it. But if not, it is what it is. So, but like I said, though, overall, this figure itself, I give it a thumbs up. But for the price, so I would say maybe wait for sale price for like 15. I think 15 or less, I think you'll be fine. 20, I say just kind of wait. 15, yeah, you're good to go. Here we have the Catwoman from the video game Arkham City. One of the best female figures so far McFarlane's made. A lot of sculpture design. The paint, very clean looking paint. You got the nice bright silver zipper on it. But the sculpture design looks good. And what I mentioned about the crotch on this one, just look at this crotch compared to this one. I wish it had this kind of crotch on here. This one just looks, well, you see what it is. But nonetheless, so they both look good. But of course, if you were to ask me which one I prefer, I'm going to go for the Batman Arkham City one. I like this figure. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a cool looking figure. It's clean looking. But the crotch, it just kind of throws it off. And of course, the glutes, we have to, you know what, let's just show it. We got to talk about the glutes because this is a Catwoman, and Catwoman is very, very sexualized. Not say anything bad, I think it's like enjoy, but there you go, just showing you the glutes. And of course, the Arkham City one, Catwoman wins the glute contest. Here we have Knightfall from the Knightfall storyline, the Walmart exclusive one, which people are still trying to find. I'm sorry if you're still trying to find it, man. I really am. I wish everyone could get one because I think it looks really cool. And this is my figure of the year 2022. But nonetheless, they're just showing you another Knightfall storyline figure to side by side. Really good looking figure, man. But there you go, just showing you a comparison and of course the height. Here we have another figure. This is Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad, King Shark Build-A-Figure wave, and of course Catwoman. Cool looking figure. I wish they made another wave of it where she has a full costume like in the very beginning of the movie, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. It is what it is. So just showing you another female character within the DC Multiverse, but more importantly, a Birds of Prey member. So there you go. Here we have Batgirl from the Amazon exclusive, Gold Label one, the Bat Family, which I don't really consider Bat Family because we're missing Tim Drake, but nonetheless, so here we go. We have Barbara Gordon sending up to Catwoman. Both look good. In terms of the height, I would say Batgirl is just a bit taller, just a tad bit, not a whole lot, but just showing you guys there how they look facing each other. And like I said, Batgirl is just a smudge, like just a bit taller, like not a whole lot, but there you go. Of course, I had to bring Batman on here, because why not? Just look at the background pictures. You got Batman on there, too. But just showing you a Batman figure next to a Catwoman. Obviously, a comic book one next to a movie one. So you can see, in terms of the movies, a lot more detailed, a lot more sculptured. But nonetheless, so just showing you a Batman figure standing next to Catwoman. And I think they actually look good next to each other. It just, yeah, this one has more of a plain look compared to this one. But they both look good, though, just side by side. But again, just showing you Batman and Catwoman standing next to each other. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me this figure? If you want to purchase this figure, leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. That includes an overview of Catwoman from the Batman Knightfall storyline, and on to the next one.